And here we are again for another episode of Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. Some time has passed since the last episode, but now we are finally ready to continue the story. And like in previous episodes, let's start with doing a little recap of what happened last time. And last episode was somewhat uneventful. We arrived in New Orleans and walked around in the streets of New Orleans. But there were some interesting details and some progress to be had. We now know the identity and sort of general area in which the person that uses the letter A to sign telegrams with is located, and he lives in the French quarter of New Orleans, apparently. He is the one that provided the gems or opals to the bank for the auction, and we also participated in the auction last time and had a look at the opals. And it would very much seem like those were quite peculiar. They were said to have been from a meteor, and that could... it's not inconceivable the way they looked. It seemed like not only to my eyes, but also to some of the people that participated in the auction. These were very unusual in nature, these opals. So we now have some clues, or rather now have some possibilities with regards to what these opals actually are. And one possibility is that the opals are fake, but that seems unlikely. They have been assessed apparently by some expert, so they we must really assume that they are real. And it seems sort of strange that this sanatorium in Switzerland would have some means of faking opals of high quality, so that seems unlikely. Another possibility is that the opals actually come from a meteor. I think they were supposed to have come from a meteor that had landed in Australia, but then that raises the question of why did Gygax possess these? Again, this doesn't seem to make any sense, so that alternative also seems unlikely. Third alternative is that the opals are the result of some kind of supernatural process. It's evident that Professor Gygax did some strange things to the kidnapped victims in Switzerland, or her patients in general, so that there is some kind of supernatural process, ritual or something that was used on the kidnapped victims, and for some reason the result of this, or byproduct of this process, was these meteors. Okay, that's one alternative. We don't really have any way to prove or disprove of that at the moment. A fourth alternative is, of course, that these opals actually came from another dimension or similar alternate reality. So we have had these two instances now of Sherlock Holmes apparently being transported to some sort of different reality, and whether this was actual physical transportation or only a mental trance journey or something, that's not really been made clear yet, but still the location seemed real enough, so it's possible that even if Sherlock Holmes did not visit these locations physically, the locations themselves might exist, and if that's the case, it could be that these opals are actually something that is found in these locations, which would sort of explain why Gygax had them in her possession, since she has been doing some sort of strange things with these kidnapped victims. So it would seem like the third or the fourth alternative is most likely, but I guess we'll have to see as we progress the story. One other interesting detail, the sheriff in New Orleans evidently knew of Watson, and he seemed sort of morally dubious, possibly corrupt, so it could be that information about our activities in Switzerland have preceded us, and of course a telegram would be much faster than the Watson and Sherlock Holmes traveling by sea and land, so that would imply that the sheriff is sort of an accomplice of this cult or group of persons that is responsible for the kidnappings. We will have to see. Overall, there were some quite comedic elements last episode with Watson being put outside his comfort zone, and we also had a couple of places where Watson, we were playing as Watson, and he used sort of the skills or methods of Sherlock Holmes. Of course, since this is a game, what really happened was that the same gameplay mechanisms were used when we were playing as Sherlock Holmes when we played as Watson. So we had observation skills and so on. And I think that perhaps was not such a good idea. You kind of reduce the aspects of Sherlock Holmes that are special when you just have Watson applying the methods himself. And as you see in many Sherlock Holmes stories, Watson is usually quite a few steps behind Sherlock when it comes to deducing what is actually going on. So since Watson is kind of being used as a comic relief character to some extent in this game, I think perhaps a better way to have handled these parts of the game, Watson plays as himself, or rather we play as Watson. It would have been better to make a sort of point out of Watson really not being as good as Sherlock. It could of course be that was they were trying to do, but if that's the case, it was perhaps a little bit too subtle. So if you had overplayed Watson's attempt at using sort of observation and deduction skills, and the results being quite extremely mistaken or really very off from what's obviously the fact, then perhaps that would have been a more amusing way to approach it. And then you'd have the definitive contrast between what Watson is doing and rather his mental capacity and that of Sherlock Holmes. So that's perhaps one place where that could have been done in a different way. And I think that's more or less what happened of note last episode. So why don't we jump into the next part, shall we? Okay, and now we are finished in the New Orleans port area.
It's quite hot here, isn't it, Holmes?
So let's try to find a cab, like this one perhaps. Depart this location. Yes, I think we are quite finished here.
Got a spot in mind.
French Quarter, and get us there fast.
And Arneson's mansion. Okay, so we actually went straight to his mansion.
Got a spot in mind.
Actually, I'm not sure yet. I'm not used to this warmth and humidity. Hopefully our Arneson has a shady garden.
If he doesn't have a shady garden, I'm sure at least he's a shady character.
You know, Watson, the opulent mansions and stifling heat remind me of my time in the Mediterranean. Cordona does sound rather magical. Do you think you shall ever return? I don't know. That place was home to some of my greatest memories and some of my lowest moments.
Okay. I wonder if that's wasn't a reference to one of the other
These
games.
plants and trees definitely keep the place cooler. Yeah.
Let's try to walk around a little bit and see if we can find anything of interest. Let's see. Okay, so quite large area. It's several houses. And now I guess we will have to confront this seller of opals, gems. Is a character, and he, if I recall correctly, referred to this who appears to be this
Look at
master.
these properties. Each house is better than the last. I don't know this Arneson, but I share his taste in neighborhoods.
Yes, the horse eventually. There's also no. As I was
I
saying,
don't know this Arneson, but I share his taste in neighborhoods. I
down
don't know this Arneson, but I share his taste in neighborhoods.
we have yes, as I was trying to say, this person here is supposed to be a sort of underling of the mastermind in the game, sort of the person behind all these events. At least that's what it appears to be. If I remember correctly.
I don't know this Arneson, but I share his taste in neighborhoods.
And I guess that means that what we are going to do here is confront.
Lord help me.
Excuse me, miss. Are you all right? What is your name?
Eula, sir.
Waiting for someone, Eula?
Yes, sir. My brother Davy. He works for Mr. Arneson in that mansion yonder. Been 5 days now since I last heard from him.
Come now, why all the tears?
Something happened to Davy. I feel it in my bones.
Do you think he may have left the premises?
No, sir. Davy, he ain't like you and me. He's smart in some ways, but he can't talk. Not a word. He's pure and kind.
Fear not, we will look for your brother. One presumes this gate is locked. Is there any other way inside?
There's another entrance through the stables you could try. That's where I meet Davy normally, but I couldn't get in. See, I couldn't find the key. It wasn't in its usual spot. Please hurry, sir. Find him for me.
The horror at the door. Anderson's mansion. Okay. And sounded like her brother could be another kidnap victim. And I guess we have found the mansion also of Anderson. And the stables, we were just at the stables, but we still need a key, I guess, for the stable door, so let's continue looking around. Yeah,
So quiet. Yet I doubt there was peace around here.
okay, some people standing there. And yes, this person was here earlier. I don't think so. Okay.
Could we be walking into a trap?
So it's possible, of course, if the sheriff knew that we
Keep your
were...
wits about you, Holmes. We ought to be careful.
The sheriff knew that we were coming. I assume this Anderson person also is aware of our presence and that we in New Orleans looking for him. So some kind of trap seems likely. But I guess what will happen then is that we will confront this Anderson character, and presumably we will have some hints as to where we can
You go ahead. I've got your back.
Where we can go next. And next then possibly being where this final mastermind character is. Where we can confront him. Okay, so we have a house here. Arnesen Mansion, French Quarter. Okay, so this is the mansion, and these are the stables then. I guess we just walk on, continue to search.
You go ahead, I've got your back.
Yeah, yes, I'm looking at these surroundings. You can almost feel the heat. This is this when we started, perhaps. Yes, I think this is the road we went down initially. Yeah, let's just continue to search a little bit.
Yeah,
This place.
Yeah.
And here, so there's a passage here. Try to do it out once more.
Oh,
There. And then I think perhaps there will be some kind of horror thing here, probably. So this is a passage. The house. There was kind of some peculiar title for this part of the game. The Death at the Door or something like that.
You go ahead, I've got your back.
And yes, I guess most of the action will be inside Arnesen Mansion, so it could perhaps have quite large house. Okay, here are some people. Perhaps
Yes, it's really not very happy with them.
can have a word with some of them. No,
You go ahead, I've got your back.
nothing. Yeah, then we are almost at the stables again, so I assume that we'll make another attempt at entering there. Even though I haven't seen any keys or some similar thing that we can use to enter just yet. And presumably there will be some kind of side story here also. Side quest. Not sure what it will be, but okay, so we have this path here. Sort of go around here. And I think now we have done enough searching and didn't find anything, which is somewhat disappointing perhaps. I would expect there to be something that could be found, so probably means that there's something we should have spotted, but let's try to approach the stables again then and see what happens this time. Ah, yeah, something oiled often used.
I rather wish my lockpicks had not been lost in the river.
Ah, okay.
Along with all our clothes, books, tea.
Here we have a window. I assume we won't be entering that way. Okay, rock and flower pot. So yeah, perhaps some room for some sort of physical activities. So what is this? Yeah, it's the key. How nice. I guess this is not the usual place to put the key, but we found it anyway. Because we didn't know the usual place.
This must be the key to the stables.
Yes, and well, should we perhaps take one more chat with this lady here before we try to enter the stables?
Please, Lord, protect my brother. Sir, something
No
bad's
way in.
happened. I can feel it.
Yes, and she's right, of course. He is being kidnapped and is made ready to be shipped to Switzerland. Or he is sort of could of course be part of whatever surprise these people have put in place for us, assuming that they have put something in place.
Yet I doubt there was peace around here. Poor animal has been suffering for days. Could we? It's dehydrated, Holmes. Without water, it will die.
Okay, is that something we can do something about?
Keep your wits about you, Holmes. We ought to be...
Ah, now we can change our clothes. How marvelous. Watson, perhaps, I think this looked nice on Watson. He can keep that outfit. Sherlock. He's gotten quite a few new outfits. But I still think this one is best. What about hat? No. No. Difficult to beat this one, I think. What happened to Davy and dying horse? Hanson's mansion, no. So, not much here yet. There will evidently be more as we progress. There's a horse dying from thirst in the stables. It probably has heat stroke and is severely dehydrated. It seems likely that the jewel seller who sent a telegram to the Edelweiss Institute A was a Mr. Arneson, a rich man who resides in the French Quarter. There's a woman named Eula near Arneson's mansion. She's worried about her mute brother Davy, who hasn't been in contact for 5 days. Davy lives with Mr. Arneson and usually doesn't leave the premises. According to Eula, the only entrance is through the stable, but the key wasn't in its usual place, so she was unable to enter.
Mr. Arneson's cab is still here.
So, did we pick up something more? Mr. Arneson's cab is inside the stable, so he should be at home. Yes, that seems like a possible conclusion, and this is...
Cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper.
Half empty. Or as Watson would say, half full.
Yes. There's not much to do with that
Mr.
one.
Arneson's cab is still here.
No water to be seen.
Poor animal has been suffering for days. You go ahead. I've got animal has been suffering for days.
Yeah, that seems to be everything. We couldn't pick this one up, could we?
Cayenne pepper. Half empty. Or as Watson would say, half full. Cayenne...
This is... Okay, so just this one. Let's go through here. To the garden of the mansion. Let's walk around a little bit outside before we try to approach the mansion itself. Perhaps some water for the horse.
This might be useful.
That's everything, it seems. Let's try to see if we can get some reaction from the horse.
At least that's one life saved.
Yes, it looks a little bit more energetic now. Hello, horsey. Feeling better? Yes, very nice. I'm not going to clean away all the stuff that's in his stable though. Leave that for someone else. So now we have done a little bit, helped the horse. We even got an achievement for it. And interestingly, 48% of players have that achievement compared to 51.7%.
You go ahead. I've got your back.
Who completed the previous part of the game, which means that almost everyone play this far in the game helped the horse. Well, that's nice. It seems like the people who play this game are not unlike Sherlock. They look everywhere for clues rather than rush to the next part of the game. Because you wouldn't have spotted the problem with the horse unless you actually tried to examine it. So that's somewhat impressive and quite high percentage of completion so far in this game. Half of the people who have started it have actually come this far. I'm a little curious about how much there's left. Seems like we have done quite a lot, especially when you look at how many hours we have spent so far, but of course much of that time has been spent like now, just wandering around the map. So here we have swampland, and we can actually walk. Yes, okay, so we can... What's this? That sort of looks somewhat worrying. Tentacles in the water. Almost ripped out. Okay, so there are some strength involved there, and we have...
These fingers were severed with a single clean stroke, but I don't see the thumb or middle finger.
Nice. Jolly backyard.
Look, Watson. Animal prints. I wonder what kind.
Okay, I wonder what's happened here. We're seems like
Luxurious shoes, size 9.
size 9. Looks like something unpleasant has been going on here. At least we can conclude that much, I think.
Boots, size 10.
Yes, we have boots, and the boots are larger than the... what's this?
Luxurious shoes, size 9.
Okay. Let's assume that the luxurious shoes belong to Anderson, and the boots then perhaps to the brother of this lady we ran into outside. And since there were some fingers lying around, and of course it could be that the fingers belong to Anderson, but seems more likely that that's not the case. Larger wound, that's...
A scrap of silk, soft and elegant.
Okay, so it seems like we have some possible evidence of... I guess it could be the missing brother being
You go
killed
ahead,
off.
I've got your back. You go ahead, I've got your back.
Don't see any tentacles there. Perhaps we should avoid going into the water. This is not footsteps. So I guess something happened here, and the footsteps go. No, there are not any footsteps there, so it's just blood marks. And here at least alligator was waiting, or crocodile. Well, that's not a very good start now, is it? Let's see now. 3 severed human fingers were lying in the backyard. The grooves abruptly stop at the start of the pier. On the pier there's a patch of fabric from an expensive silk garment. There were 2 people. One wore luxurious shoes of size 9, while the other wore boots of size 10. There was an animal near the severed fingers. The animal left small footprints. The impressions are fairly shallow, indicating the animal weighs around 12 pounds. The severed fingers have been nibbled on, the bite marks and line of the jaws being relatively small, suggesting vermin or a small dog. Once water was given to the horse, it started drinking. It stood up and became livelier. Okay, so from this, I guess we can assume that it was the brother Davy who usually gave water to the horse, and she hasn't been in contact with Davy for 5 days, and if the horse has been going without water for 5 days, it's not strange that it will be in this kind of state. And if this event at the pier happened 5 days ago, well, that might explain why Davy was not around to feed the horse water now, was it? So I assume if we don't find anything else problematic, there's not some strange stuff in the trees there, I guess the next thing to do is to confront Mr. Anderson. Okay, it's a pagoda. Let's try to enter it, shall we? Yes, no? No entering the pagoda. Let's do the out edge first, and then take a look at the garden area closer to the house. Yeah, I wonder what the route that's what it's about. Was ripped out almost from the ground, so that's supposed to suggest somebody with a certain amount of physical strength. Now, doesn't it? Now we're back at the front of the house.
You go ahead. I've got your back.
See if you can say anything to her now.
You did it. You're inside? Have you seen Davy?
Sorry.
Not yet, miss, but we are on it.
Please look for my little brother.
Yes.
You go ahead. I've got your back.
Certainly will. And let's take walk along this path here. Did you have a look at those tables and so on? Not sure, so let's do that now.
You go ahead. I've got your back.
Let's walk along the path. Nothing there. Nothing interesting here. Ah, that's not a person but a statue. Have a look at it when we get a little closer. Ah, some more footsteps. Ah, okay. Well, this is disconcerting. Notice. What does this look like? Doesn't it look like somebody has been dragged around?
You go ahead. I've got your back. There's blood here. You go ahead. I've got your back. You go ahead. I've got your back. Size 10. The owner's footprints were shallow.
Shallow, meaning that it doesn't carry anything heavy, I guess.
Size 10. The owner's footprints were shallow. Size 10. The heels were sinking into the ground. Look here, Doctor. 2 sets of footprints left by the same person, yet they vary in depth. What do you conclude? Perhaps they arrived empty-handed, but left carrying something heavy. Precisely. We'll make a detective of you yet, Watson.
Or perhaps the order was
More
different,
blueprints.
so the person left with something
More boot prints.
heavy and
Whoever left the manor was dragging something heavy.
okay, so
Whoever left the manor was dragging something heavy.
but somebody was 2 persons were standing down there, so that means possibly this David person was helping with whatever was going on. Wouldn't it imply that? So because if somebody is carrying something heavy out of the mansion, you would assume that's a body or something, but okay. Something appeared to have happened down near water there. It could of course be that whoever was being dragged or carried out was not entirely dead yet. That would explain why there was some signs of struggle near the water. Okay, nothing very interesting otherwise. So now we I guess next step is to knock on the door then, see if anybody's home. Just take one more walk around the house and see if we can't find anything else. So there are quite a lot to find on the outside. Definite signs of suspicious activities in this house. And we have to determine if the sort of target or victim in... Ah, what's just this?
You go ahead. I've got your back.
Seems to stick out, but it's no reaction. Okay, I guess we'll leave that for later, perhaps. This is the main entrance. Okay. Okay. Then I think all preparations have been made. Let's knock at the door, shall we? Hello, hello.
No way in.
Okay. Then I guess we go through the cellar then. That was what we were seeing here. Or perhaps the back door. Let's try that also. I think we search here.
Ah, do you smell that, Holmes? Something bad happened here. I know. Be prepared for anything.
Okay, well, this is interesting. I thought perhaps we'd run into this Anderson, but it appears that he's not here. Dried up mud with peat. Doesn't this seem like something is being dragged from the water? Letter from locksmith. Mr. Anderson, I happen to know that you like the work carried out in your study room. It was a challenge and the most difficult job I've done. The lock was handmade to create the mechanism in accordance with your requirements. I added a magnetic bezel that must be activated to open the lock. As requested, it is hard to see the keyhole if you don't know where to look. Tell your friends about me, thank you. Interesting, so there's evidently some kind of difficult to open door in this house.
A trail of wax leads to the door. Someone smaller walked over these boot prints. The candle was burning when it fell.
So, There's evidently been quite a lot going on here. I assume we'll be doing some kind of reconstruction thingy. Yes, it says mansion crime scene, so...
What horrors happened here?
Here we have...
The bent end of this candlestick has blood on it.
Well, this is, I guess, an interesting... So this is probably where the candlestick stood then. Burned note about telegram. I've intercepted a strange telegram sent to Ashmat. It is utterly cryptic and I can't make head nor tails of it. The mailman confirmed the telegram was definitely for Ashmat, so he must know what it means. The rest of the note is unreadable.
Burnt papers, now completely unreadable.
Oh, well. Well, this is sort of interesting, isn't it? I thought we would have more of a confrontation with this Arneson person.
Someone was bleeding, but it doesn't look lethal.
But it seems like we have...
Watson, would you please lend me your medical expertise? I'll do my best.
Okay, now he plays Watson.
His corneas are already clouded.
Presumably this is not the brother of the lady outside.
The hand can bend freely. Rigor mortis has passed. A deep stab reached the man's heart. Clean edges suggest a sharp blade, but the wound is too wide for an ordinary knife. Hay on his trousers suggests a gardener or groom. This man has been dead for a week, the result of a sharp object piercing his heart. You are mostly right, but I would bet he died 5 days ago. Heat and humidity will have accelerated the decomposition.
This is the person who is supposed to give the horse water, then I assume.
Mr. Arneson with his prey.
Okay, so this is Mr. Arneson. And that's... these...
Mr. Arneson with his prey.
Dogs, perhaps? Could the dogs have
This
been...
place sets my teeth on edge, Holmes.
Being one of the animals that we saw down the marks of down at the water, perhaps? Okay, so we have 4 nodes for reconstruction.
Today started poorly and went downhill from there.
Let's see what else we can find then.
The sooner we get what we need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place.
Yes, and this is the front door. And there was supposed to be some kind of hard to
The sooner we
find
get what we need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place.
location with the locksmith has done his work. So that's probably also something we need to find. Okay, outside. That's this door.
The sooner we get what we need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place.
Still missing 3 nodes. Okay, so there's 1 more dead person.
I will need your help one more time, Doctor. An enormous blow shattered her ribcage. Extremely sharp and deadly. Blooded, broken nails. The poor woman tried to put up a fight. A wound like this could only be dealt by a man of incredible strength. And cruelty.
Well, now this is
The
sort
sooner we
of
get what we need, the sooner we can leave this
interesting now,
horrible
isn't
place.
it? What?
The sooner we get what we need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place.
What actually happened here? So,
Tea for two. An odd glimpse of normalcy amid the horror. A used kitchen towel.
okay, hey, so the other servant lying outside was sitting here then. So I guess these two having cup of tea before whatever
The sooner we
happened
get what we
happened.
need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place.
And it's an upstairs also, and this door. Okay, this is that room. Let's go upstairs. Still need 2 more nodes. So I guess there are more horrors to be found. I would also expect there to be a basement here, so perhaps that's the
The sooner we get what we need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place.
locksmith, what he was talking about. Perhaps that's entrance to the cellar. Basement. Okay, so
Dashing portrait of Mr. Arneson. The dashing portrait of Mr. Arneson. The sooner we get what we need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place.
yeah, nothing interesting here. Yes. Letter from Lakovka. My dear friend, the boy is a genius. Despite seeing a fraction of a formula, he recreated it and sold it. It's a function that young students have a serious trouble with. Your Davy is a prodigy. What surprises me even more is that when I ask any questions, the boy writes answers that are your direct quotes of mine. His memory is impeccable. I know you took the book under your wing to take care of him, but I'm asking you to let me hold some lessons with him. I truly believe that with your help, this boy can shine and change the world. Okay, so that's David then, I guess.
A dull book about local geology. Even I'd struggle.
Okay. Nothing else here then. Start painting. Don't know. We'll need 2 nodes. This is
What I wouldn't give for a nice bath right now, Holmes.
well, probably not in this home or this house there.
The sooner we get what we need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
The sooner we get what we need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place.
Okay, was there really nothing here?
The sooner we get what we need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place.
Okay, so let's try the last door. Oh, it's a nice, nice room.
The sooner we get what we need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place.
Okay.
Note the blade, Watson. A curved dagger. Probably of Persian or Indian origin. 9 or 10 inches, I'd say.
Is that one of the murder weapons then?
Arneson and Davy seem to have got along well. He looks more like a son than a servant. Arneson and Davy, 1881.
Okay, a raccoon. Perhaps this is the animal.
Fauna of Louisiana. Full of things that bite, no doubt.
This was a raccoon that we saw marks of near the water.
New Pied Piper. Foreigners missing in New Orleans.
Well, we know everything about that story now, don't we? Well, not everything, but it doesn't come as a surprise that Mr. Arneson would be interested in it. Sister. Dear Errol, letter from L. I do want you to find what you are looking for, but I can't deny that my misgivings are growing with each passing day. I fear the worst. I am worried about you, about what you are doing. My heart stops when I think about where you look for your answers. I would have given them to you. I would have given anything so you might stop disappearing. Errol, please, you must stop. We have something beautiful together. Isn't that enough? I hope to hear from you soon. I love you, L. Okay.
The sooner we get what we need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place. The sooner we get what we need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place.
Yeah, anything else?
The sooner we get what we need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place.
There's still 2 nodes missing, which I presume means that there's a secret door or something here. Because I think we've been here already. Here's the bathroom, here's the bedroom, and we just came from the study. So let's well, perhaps let's go outside and see if those node thingies disappear.
A few drops of blood, but not from a mortal wound.
Okay, now we're just missing one. And now we have all of them, and we have all the alternatives also, it seems. Very well. Okay, so let's see now. We have these 2 people being murdered, and this person died here, and he... Let's see, blood marks. Let's go in this direction. Outside. Let's go in again. This is kitchen. So she was killed here, possibly with a butcher's knife. And these two servants were sitting here drinking tea. And then she was killed here. And he evidently died here, but he could have moved a little bit. And then we have somebody apparently dying here.
Someone was bleeding, but it doesn't look lethal.
And there's this drag. The mud would indicate that there's something that came from outside, doesn't it? Size 10. So you have something happening outside, and you have something happening inside, and you have Mr. Arneson missing. Did he go berserk? Is this the person who... So what's this shoe size? Okay, let's take a look at what we have on notes here. Do we have enough here? I guess we'll try to reconstruct. Okay, this is interesting. We have a burnt note about telegram. We have what else we have? Doesn't seem relevant. Perhaps in your study room. Okay, so that's where this secret door is located. And this doesn't seem... is this the L person, perhaps? Letter from L. Farmer's Guide. It doesn't seem that relevant. Let's just try something here then. Backyard. Crime scene. First answer boy. This doesn't seem relevant. Okay, this is interesting. There's a door with a horse symbol on it in Arneson's mansion. The door is barricaded and won't budge. Someone inside is sobbing and breathing erratically. The person with a candle left a trail of wax drops between the room and the horse on the door on the parlor. They exit the room to investigate the noises and drop the candle when they reach the parlor. Whoever they had quite small feet. Okay, so this is David then, probably. Let's see if we can't solve this one then. No, this is it's probably not related. Crime scene. So he saw the crime scene and he fled back into his room and locked it. This perhaps? No. Backyard. No, probably missing one piece then. Okay, so but this one we have a letter from locksmith. Burnt note about telegram, and we Seems like this is also too early. Yes. So let's leave that one for now. Let's try to solve this one. Let's start with the first one, shall we? Yeah, and okay, this is the first one. Probably we have somebody coming in from outside them and being wounded. So they are probably missing some fingers, perhaps. No, that seems unlikely. Just leave it. Let's just leave it there for now. So we have somebody coming in from outside. And walking here. No, not walking here. Walking here perhaps? No? Just the second one. This is the second one. Let's see now. So the chair is toppled. This is something falling over. Probably a variant of these then. Okay, for consistency, just let's keep this one here. We have blood on this one, and that chair is toppled, so that it could fit. Then, of course, there's the question of the knife, but let's leave that one. So. So look here again.
The sooner we get what we need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place.
Do you have any hints about what's... Okay, so letter from Locks... Ah, okay. Let's do this one first. The study room has an interesting painting. I guess that's where we are going then. This one? Ah. And we needed some kind of item to activate this one, I think. How can the painting lock be opened? And then we probably need one more item. So probably missing something here also. Okay, and secret lock. Yeah, let's take a look at the letter from the locksmith. Okay, so this we can look at the book probably to find more about this. Dying horse. Backyard. Okay, it is. I added a magnetic bezel that must be activated to open the lock. Okay, so we must find something that's magnetic to actually open the lock then. Mansion crime scene? Okay, let's take a look at this one. Animal near severed fingers. We have... Let's tag this one. And then look at this book, wherever it was that it was. Wasn't it here? Did we pick it up perhaps? This one. A book about wild animals living in Louisiana. And how do we... Okay. Animal near severed fingers. Class... Mammal, order... Habitat... Bio... Weight... 12 pounds. Vermin, a small dog. Chapter 17, raccoons. The increasing number of raccoons in urban areas have provoked diverse reactions in humans, ranging from hostility at the present to concerned care. Close proximity to humans results in behavior changes in how raccoons live and interact with people. For many generations, humans and raccoons have developed an invisible ecosystem that the animals now rely upon when finding food. Raccoons are fond of stealing food from local households. They typically nest inside tree cavities, fallen and dead logs, and other secure and isolated places. Raccoons usually do not prey on domestic cats or dogs, but isolated cases of attacks have been reported. The majority of attacks are as a result of rabies that can afflict raccoons. To protect your household against raccoons, you might consider certain strong scents, spice, smells. Okay, so they were, we found some spice inside the barn, not the barn, the stables. So that could be the reason for that. Spicy smells can be used as an easy and effective raccoon repellent. A small bottle of cayenne pepper, yes, it was cayenne pepper, mixed with a gallon of water provides quite a powerful mixture to repel wild raccoons. Spray this pep solution around your plants, bushes, and other vegetation. Of course, now we have enough to actually create this, but I'm not sure if there's any point in doing so. If you're trying to deter raccoons from prowling your chicken coop, spray around the perimeter as well. If you don't have cayenne pepper, Epsom salt is a good alternative at just 0.15 cents per brick. Interesting. Let's take a look at the... This one is mostly finished. Backyard. Dying horse. Hunting portrait. Locksmith letter. A Kafka letter. A photo of hunters. 1882. Answer with the boy. So we have the book. Letter from L. Door with a horse symbol. That's for later. Mention crime scene. Secret lock. We need some more for this, I think. And then we have the raccoons. Okay, so now we have next step is the mansion, I guess. Or rather the crime scene, I guess. Can we do something with this? Presumably we need something with a similar shape then. Is there something like that here perhaps? I've found everything here. Let's have a look at some of the candlesticks, perhaps. It seems like that will be fancy enough, perhaps. Take a look at this bedroom. See if there's something there. Doesn't appear to be the case. No. No. What was this? This was the book. Probably nothing here either.
The sooner we get what we need, the sooner we can leave this horrible place.
It could of course be that the boy Davy has the thing that we need to open the door in his room. That would sort of make sense. We solve this thing here, and then we open the door, and then to where the boy is, and then we finally get some clues to where to go next. So this is a cigar of the Arneson person, probably. Yes, because it would be Mr. Arneson who sat here, wouldn't it? So he's sitting here, and he's then presumably killed. And let's take a look at the notes here. The door with a bell symbol is locked. The bell symbol, which one is that? Is that that probably contains the boy? Because that's probably the servant now, isn't it? The 2 doors are locked, okay. There's nothing we can do here. Okay. Crime scene. Inside Arnes's mansion, there's an awful smell of death. The place is covered in dirty blueprints of size 10. So, that's probably the person who did these killings. There are signs that a wounded person was dragged. The door with the bell system is locked. Inside the parlor, a dead man lies. Based on his clothes, he was a gardener or a groom. He has a deep chest wound. Judging by the condition of the body, he has been lying there for about 5 days. Near a fireplace, there are signs of struggle. The burned papers and bent candlestick with blood on it suggest someone was attacked. Inside the kitchen, a dead maid lies. She was killed by a blow of significant force to the chest. The nails on her right hand are broken. She probably resisted. Okay, let's try to reconstruct that node then. So the servant and the 2 servants just lying here sort of indicates that whoever did these killings was aiming for Mr. Anderson now, doesn't it? But why would somebody care enough about him to have him killed? So that doesn't seem likely. Probably not on this one either. So let's assume it's a person. No, not this one. Probably not this one. Probably this one. Yeah, so she is killed and he picks up this thing here. It seems likely. 2 servants having a quiet moment. And then somebody comes in and start killing everybody. And so we have so it's probably wrong. So this wound, I would like to be able to inspect that one again. He has a deep chest wound, judging by the condition of the deep chest wound. Near the fireplace, 2 people are sitting and drinking tea when everything started, judging by the half of the cups. One of the chairs has stems of dry hay. A dirty towel lies on the table, so let's just confirm he's the one with the hay. So he should be sitting in the chair with the hay on it. Yeah, so this one is probably correct. And he comes in carrying a knife. They probably wouldn't be carrying a candlestick because that's in the room. There's a question about which knife is correct, and since we have seen this knife, let's go with that one. And next we have this one, and he has the correct knife. And sure about this one. Could be this one. Not a certain deep wound. Eyes of the wounds seem to make that one fit, perhaps?
Mr. Arneson with his prey.
Let's go with go in that one, even though this image looks slightly strange. Okay, so we have this one, maybe incorrect. These two are probably correct. And this one seems most likely that he's dragging out the person that was Mr. Anderson. Okay, so Mr. Anderson has probably been eaten by the animals outside them. And yes, because I think perhaps that was a hint as to the nature of the knife. Let's take a look again. Backyard. Severed human fingers. The grooves abruptly stop at the start of the pier. So I think it would be simpler to cut up fingers with something like that. Yeah, this one. No, not this. Probably not this one. Probably not this one. Probably this one, though. Yes, so he comes in with his knife, he picks up the candlestick, he uses the candlestick, and then he still has this knife, and then he goes here, and but why would he use... Okay, let's try this one. No, so there's a mistake. This mistake here. Possibly the knife is wrong here. Let's try with this one. No. This would seem to be pointless. Same with this one, there's no pig. So it will have to be this one. If she struggles, it will have to be this one, don't it? So these are probably correct. This one is probably correct. This one might have the wrong knife. This one might also have the wrong knife. Okay, let's go with the other knife, or rather the axe-like thingy then. Not this one, but this one. And change this one also. And then this one goes here. No. It's also incorrect. Curious. This one then, perhaps? No. Didn't seem likely. We have all of them, so it's just a matter of choosing the correct one. This one is probably incorrect. Should be this one. No? Curious. Then it turn to here. This is probably not right. Just try it. Seems likely to be correct, but because it would go in here first. He has his knife, or axe rather. Picks up the candlestick, he uses the candlestick, and then he uses the knife here, and it's stuck in the body. And then he goes here, and then he has to go and manually take care of this. Yeah. Curious. There are just two alternatives. This one seems like it will be the one that's correct. Yes, because that cleaver is lying there. So then it's just knife then. I guess the first one was correct. The one we used first. Let's try that one again. Oh, did he carry with him a candlestick? No. Seems strange. So it will have to be this one. Then we have to change this one. And this one. And this one. I assume he could. No, he wouldn't be using this one. He would be using this one. But I think that's a combination we tried earlier. So there's something that's incorrect. Have we gone through all the nodes? 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we have done all of them. But perhaps chandelier outside. Yeah. No. This this doesn't make much. Ah, okay, this could be the boy, of course. Yes, this is the boy who goes in and is surprised. And yes, that makes sense. So he comes from here, and he has. Yes, this is probably correct.
An intruder entered through the back door at night, leaving mud traces in the hallway. Without being noticed, they picked up a candlestick and struck the man in the chair from behind. In the kitchen, 2 people were drinking tea, the workman and cook. They were startled by the noise of a falling body and went to investigate the parlor. The workman tried to subdue the intruder but was stabbed by the attacker's knife. Judging by the wound, it was a curved blade. The cook panicked and fled back to the kitchen. The intruder followed, but since their blade was stuck in the workman, they used the meat cleaver on the table to kill her. Someone smaller arrived and discovered the carnage. They dropped the candlestick in horror and ran for safety to a room down the hallway. Meanwhile, the intruder returned to his first victim and dragged their stunned body away from the fireplace and out into the garden.
Okay, so then we actually know who the killer is also, don't we? It's it's this person here. Whoever that is. Probably, since he has a knife like this. Yeah, there's still something here, it seems. Now we perhaps can do this one. Let's see. We need 1 door with horse symbol. Perhaps? No, that's not was chosen. This one. Eula's brother Davy is behind the door. Okay, let's see if we can entice him to open the door.
Davy, please open the door.
After all this, Holmes, I doubt the young man would open the door to a stranger.
Davy, please open the door.
Perhaps we can have this lady outside open the door or come in. Wouldn't seem to be the case, but at least perhaps we can have a new dialogue option with her now. Let's try that. We have at least determined that her brother is safe and alive. Ah, she's of course no longer here. Let's go a little bit outside and check for her, but I guess that means that we have to... we can't rely on her to get him to open the door. Okay, after steps.
Dear God! Watson, quick! Get her down.
Oh, that was an unexpected turn. Is she alive?
Ligature marks on her neck. There'll be a bruise, but she should be okay.
Do you think that in this city the life of one English detective is worth more than that of a maidservant? Final warning, Mr. Holmes, grub.
Doctor, Watson, speak to me. How is she? We were just in time, Holmes. Eula is stable, but lucky to be alive. We should take her to a hospital for a further examination.
Yes. I fear I was wrong, Watson. The sheriff is not a man to be underestimated. To lynch an innocent woman just to send a message, it's evil. We're not safe in this city, nor is anyone around us.
Then we must not dawdle. Help me get Eula to her feet.
No, no. I will not leave here without Davy.
Miss, please, we must get you help.
No, I will not be deterred. I will get my brother and bring him home.
Okay, well that's good.
If my deductions are correct, Davy lies behind this door. He ought to be unhurt, but is no doubt shaken.
Davy. Davy, you there?
Davy, we understand what you witnessed before. It's safe now. You're safe. Please, let us in. Your sister wants to see you.
Everything will be all right, I promise.
Yeah, them gentlemen speak the truth. Just open the door. Big sister's here for you. Davy! Oh, come here, you! Thanks, sirs. Lord bless your souls.
Let me examine him, miss. I want to make sure he is unharmed.
Remember, he may be mute, but he still understands you.
Okay, let's examine the room first. Okay, now we are Watson.
Oh, Davy. Things you must have gone through.
Yeah, observe. Yes. Seems likely. Starving in shock, sure, I can see that. Alarmed and agitated. Days old, insignificant. Old clothes are active. So, Davy has been left starving for the last 5 days, barricaded inside his room for fear of his life. Fortunately, he is physically unharmed. Davy has lived a good life as a child in this mansion. He has a fresh bruise from a fall or a bump. The torn pocket is just the result of his active lifestyle. That seems... this seems like the most likely, since... that's what we observed from other evidence, like the picture we found upstairs.
Davy seems in good health. The bruise is a remnant of that awful night, perhaps even caused by the intruder, but he is otherwise unharmed. In fact, I believe life here was good for the boy.
Arneson and the others cared for Davy. That may have allowed him to withstand such horrors. I need your help, Davy. We know that the man with the curved dagger is responsible for all this. You recognized the man, yes? The same one in the photograph in the office upstairs, standing with Arneson. Good. Please, write his name. And one last thing. The room with an image of a bell on its door may hold important answers. Do you know a way in? Yes. I think I've got it. You have been very helpful, Davy.
Okay. Is there something more we can find here?
Angels, sirs. All y'all lacking is a pair of wings.
Ashmat, so it's upstairs. 2 keys. Let's try it one more time here first. Then I go upstairs. And this one. Is there something new here now?
Davy is calm and collected despite enduring all these horrors. An impressive young man.
Let's take a closer look.
Okay. 1879. Yeah. That's let's open the secret, or at least make the secret lock accessible. Okay, do we have any hints as to what this might be? No, I don't. Ah, okay, well, there was something here. 1879. So let's try that. 1879. No. We had some other years, didn't we? Let's see if we have 1879. There was some other notes also, wasn't there? So all the pictures with years on them. 1882. Okay, let's try that. No. Can the painting lock be opened? Secret lock. Now we have this image of whatever it was. Signet ring or something, but I guess we have to actually procure it first. There are the years 1882. You can of course always try to brute force it, but it's sort of it's very Sherlock Holmesy, so let's go through it one more time. In a bedroom with a crossed key symbol on the door, Mr. Anderson hung a portrait of himself. The artist depicted the man with great attention to detail. It looks so realistic that I can see a signet ring with a stamped letter A on it. The portrait shows the date 1879. But that was not the correct correct one, was it? 18. No. So we have to try to find some other hint, perhaps. Not there. Probably study, but let's take a look here first. Lots of hunting-related photos. Evidently, man who like to hunt this Mr. Anderson. (1881).
Arneson and Davy.
So if
1881.
he had an affinity for the boy, perhaps 1881 and 1882. It's also something to try. If he had an affinity for the boy, then I guess choosing the date of that photo will not be too strange. No. 1882, 1881. Let's try 1880 also first here. So there was an old painting also, wasn't there? I think this was, yeah, that was 1850 something, perhaps. Not here. So, 1862.
Mr. Arneson with his prey.
Let's try that one. It makes sense to have a year that's at least a little bit away from all the other ones, so that's becomes more bothersome to attempt to sort of brute force open it. 1862, wasn't it? Yes.
These should come in handy.
That probably opens the door downstairs. Received from Lock and Load. Double-barrel shotgun, 10 Gorg Reaper M140. Additional surface engraving on buttstock, engraving on grip. Engravings on safety catch and extractor. Okay. Seem very interesting, but keys. One of the keys has a bell cylinder. Okay, it's just downstairs. Let's try to open the door downstairs and see if there's something new. Items or information that's available there. Let's see, it seems like going to quite a lot of trouble to keep that door closed, so hopefully there's something interesting there. It would be perhaps there's a cellar here, a basement, in which case this is possibly the door down there. No. Okay, so this is a room of someone. Deep
A
grooves.
foreigner's clothes, by the looks of things from the Near East.
Okay, so this is the person with the dagger then. And then there's probably some kind of secret passage or something here. Telegram from R. Whatever the price, pay it. Obsidian, glass like stone, black. Without it, we can't work with lenses. London comes to New Orleans must be in 5-6 days. You know what to do with deliveries. Okay, so he's instructed to... what's he instructed to? London comes to New Orleans must be in 5-6 days. This is probably Watson and Sherlock Holmes. You know to do with the deliveries. Yeah, it's like it's related to several things. What's this then? Seems sort of suspicious.
Dense and disturbing notes. It's hard to follow. The scene is impossible, unnatural, but also familiar.
Maybe then move the bed, perhaps?
A foreigner's clothes, by the looks of things from the Near East.
Okay, we have to find some more backyard. Son. Probably not this one. What's this one? Probably not this one. Well, perhaps this one. Let's just choose one and see what happens with these other two. Okay, so one of those were actually correct. And then we have... okay, is it related to him? This one perhaps? What else could it be? It wasn't this one. It's different left hook, and this is... the correct color. Perhaps we're missing something. It seems likely. But there's something we should be able to do. This one perhaps? This one. Yes, so then we need to find the signet ring. Where is the ring? We have Portrait of Mr. Arneson, perhaps? And perhaps this one. No. This one then. And perhaps we're missing information again. Where's Arneson currently? Assume that he's not well at the moment. Still missing something here also. Yes, probably. But it looks like we should be able to do this. Perhaps this one. This one, yeah. This one I have done. The Fate of Hunters, crime scene, so none of these appear relevant. Then we have the bed that's...
The foreigner's clothes, by the looks of things from the Near East.
Should be possible to move in some way.
The foreigner's clothes, by the looks of things from the Near East.
There we have it. And here we have one of these opals, perhaps?
A black opal, cut and polished, easy to sell.
And this collection of notes with instructions. Collection of notes with instructions. To reach your goal, follow death messengers. Then pass through fire without fear. After bleeding willow, chase the crows. Avoid any crosses that appear. Well, this was certainly very symbolic on the stick. We still haven't really found anything I'm looking for. Let's take a look at new clothes, shall we? No? Okay. Black opal. A chunk of possessed black opal that is worth a small fortune. Crime scene. There is the ring. Black opal, that's a new one. See if we can talk anything, say anything more to David. Perhaps he has some extra information. No.
I pray you find Mr. Arneson as well, in one piece to boot.
Well, I can't really promise that, I think. Ashmat. The Ashmat, that was the name then of this person. Okay. I guess now we have to do this one to progress. So, where is the ring? Where is Arneson currently? How to learn the content of the burnt message. Let's try this one. This seems to be the next logical step. And the ring. Perhaps this one. Portrait of Mr. Arneson. Perhaps this one, yes. If there were some fingers lost, so okay, then that might explain why we're going to do something with the raccoon. He could have bitten one of his fingers with a ring on it. That's a raccoon took it. A local denizen, a raccoon took the signet ring along with Mr. Arneson's finger. The thief was successful but clumsy. Well, let's try to find the raccoon then. And then we can also see if we can't make use of the anti-raccoon repellent. I should be able to make that with the water and the spice that was in the stable. So let's go there first. And the raccoon, well, there were some hints as to where raccoons were located. I'm going to guess that it's near the water. But we'll have to see. Let's first try to get some water from here. No. Then let's try to pick up the spice once again. It's cayenne.
Cayenne pepper, half empty. Or as Watson would say, half full. Cayenne pepper, half empty. Or as Watson would say, half full. Cayenne pepper, half empty. Or as Watson would say, half full.
No, apparently not. Is there something else here then? Let's take a look at the notes. Okay, the raccoon has the ring.
Cayenne pepper, half empty. Or as Watson would say, half full.
We go looking for Mr. Raccoon. And there were some notes about the raccoon. And that was increasing numbers of raccoon in urban areas has provoked diverse reactions in humans. They typically nest inside tree cavities, fallen and dead logs, and other secure and isolated places. Okay, so let's look for some fallen trees or logs. Could be some of those near... oh, what is this? Nothing of interest. There was perhaps some logs near the water.
This hole is below the kitchen.
This is perhaps the raccoons.
This hole is below the kitchen.
Raccoon is.
This hole is below the kitchen.
We must stop this, Holmes. All these
This
atrocities.
hole is below the kitchen. This hole is below the kitchen.
Is there something we can do about it? Let's look a little bit more then. Cover and pepper, too much for a raccoon. So this is the raccoon prince then. And it's going in this direction. Perhaps this is his hiding place. Ah, there we have it. Very nice.
Arneson's signet ring, as we saw in his portrait.
Very good. Well, then we can perhaps open the door of the secret compartment upstairs, the study. So let's try to do that. And when we have done that, I think we have completed most of what we are supposed to do here. There are a couple of items left in the sort of mental palace thing, so we will have to go there afterwards, but I think we are getting closer to being able to go to the next step, to be able to find clues for the next there's an entire room here. Very nice. So this is probably the gun that's
It's almost a piece of art.
talked about.
It's almost a piece of art.
Book, yes. Arneson's notes on Bank and Ashmat. Mr. Arneson has a collection of notes detailing his investigation of Ashmat. One of them reads, "That damned servant, how dare you use my name to sell opals at a bank? Was it like that all the time and I overlooked it, or was it the influence of his foreign friends? I need to learn more about the man, especially after I showed David the cryptic telegram sent to Ashmat. What was it for? Well, interesting. So it was actually the servant that did it. It wasn't Arneson who was responsible. My princess, my love, my heart.
My princess, my love, my heart. Fitting words.
Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. So the person that the main antagonist has been talking with and using is actually the servant of this person. Bottle of champagne. Yeah. Is that the pier we was at in the last part?
Well, isn't that interesting? Hello again, Lucy.
Okay, so that's the L person who's mentioned in one of the letters. Love letter from Arnson. My dearest Lucy, my sunshine, believe me, as soon as I have dealt with the darkness that lurks in these swamps, I'll return to you with an open heart. Be sure that I'm ready to declare to all the world my feelings for you. I can't wait to hold your hands and be lost in your beautiful eyes, completely and forever yours, Errol. Ah, interesting. Letter from Northwood Agency. Mr. Anderson, as soon as your instruction arrived, we started our investigation. Rest assured, we will do our best to find location in the bio that you mentioned. However, I must inform you that there might be some delays in the coming weeks as our investigator, the lead detective in this case, is in Europe. Meanwhile, we highly recommend securing your findings until further notice beneath a table, in a safe, or in a locked cabinet. Anything will work. ESPS, Director of Northwood Agency. Well, now this was an interesting turn of events, wasn't it? The person who was trying to find out what was happening was actually Mr. Arneson, so he wasn't part of this evil network or whatever. He was actually trying to fix things. Interesting.
We still have to find Arneson. After all we have learnt, I fear for his fate.
Yes, that would probably be...
We must put an end to all this evil, and I doubt we can count on the sheriff's help.
Probably not.
It's almost a piece of art.
Okay.
We
Now...
must put an end to all this evil, and I doubt we can count on the sheriff's help.
we can perhaps do some more here. Let's see, we have a letter from North Agency, love letter from Arneson. Photo of Arneson and Lucy, bottle of champagne, a bottle of expensive Grand Fine Champagne Brut. I'm not sure why we picked that one up. Engagement ring. Okay, so he was definitely serious about Lucy. Arneson note on bank and Ashmat. Crime scene. Behind the painting there's a door leading to a secret room. Okay, so let's go here. How to learn the content of the burnt message. Photo of Arneson with a boy. So this seems to be... we can perhaps ask the boy. I guess that's one way to do it. Let's see. I don't want you to find what you are looking for, but I can't deny that my misgivings are growing with each passing day. Errol, please, you must stop. We have something beautiful together, isn't that enough? I hope to hear from you soon. I love you. Okay, so perhaps Lucy is serious about Anderson also. Could it be here? Davy might hold information. Davy is fond of Mr. Arnson and must know a lot about him. The boy might share information to help save Mr. Arnson. So he's perhaps still alive then? Let's try to talk to the boy then. Then I think we are getting close to having solved everything here.
Davy, we know that Ashmat is responsible for what happened here. We must catch him and hold him accountable. I know that you are scared, but you are also the only one who can help us. I believe Mr. Arneson showed you a cryptic telegram that was sent to Ashmat. You are an impressive boy with a phenomenal memory. Can you tell us the contents of that message? Thank you, Davy. Watson, please copy down everything he writes.
Cryptic message. A cryptic message directed to Ashmat. It says, when the storm starts, where the ships fall, at Stevenson's guiding light, the last embrace of all the chosen. Again, this is not immediately obvious. Cryptic message, without doubt. Okay, I can need to carry this one anymore. We go here. Where is Arnson currently? And let's see now. Could he be with Lucy, perhaps? Was he saw the telegram? So this one, perhaps? Perhaps this one. Meanwhile, I highly recommend securing findings until further notice beneath a table, in a safe, or in a locked cabinet. Anything will work. Let's take the cryptic messages then. Let's try the love letters then. Love letter from Arnson. My dearest Lucy. Perhaps it's here. It's left. Yeah. Locksmith shouldn't be relevant. This one shouldn't be relevant. Not this one either. Are we still missing something, perhaps? No. It's this color, isn't it? Love letter. It wasn't this one. Not this one. So, Ashma took Arns into the bio, so that was the place they found inside the swamp, and
We must put an end to all this evil, and I doubt we can count on the sheriff's help.
then I guess we're more or less finished here then. Love letter for Arnson.
We must put an end to all this evil, and I doubt we can count on the sheriff's help.
When evil tries to knock us down, we get back up. We persevere. I ain't giving it the satisfaction.
Let's try to have a look upstairs again. There was these cabinets that I weren't able to properly look at earlier because Watson was standing in the way. Let's try once more.
It's almost a piece of art.
And they did place something in the safe, so I guess we have everything then. The only thing to wonder about is why is this one? Perhaps we're going to do something with that one later. Evidently something. I guess we could, if we meet Lucy again, we can talk to her about it.
We must put an end to all this.
And I guess that means we now know where to go. So,
It's evil, and I doubt we can count on the sheriff's help.
I guess we're finished here. Let's go outside and try to catch a cab. Yes, cleaning up this mess is not our job, so... okay, that's... Did you look at this one? Let's take on a final trip down to the water side again. Just to see if there's something else, or something new information we can pick up now that we know everything else. And we still haven't seen these tentacles now, have we?
More boot prints.
And we don't know what happened to this one. It could of course be that it just got stuck on whatever was being dragged out into the swamp. So then I guess what happened is that Arneson was knocked over the head, and then he was taken down here and then carried out onto a boat, and the boat took him to this other place in the bio. And I guess that's where all the Lovecraft monster suspicious activities are going on. So it almost seems like we are getting close to the end now, doesn't it? Let's just go in once more and try to just make sure that there are any other dialogues options available. I think I tried it just now, but just make sure before we leave this place. The only people we can talk to in this location are in this room.
When evil tries to knock us down, we get back up. We persevere. I ain't giving it the satisfaction.
Yes, so I suspected as much, so let's try to catch a cab, shall we? there actually weren't any side missions in this part of the game as far as I could see. And there's also this bottle of champagne. Why on earth did we carry this one with us? Perhaps we can do something with it later. But this was just a red herring, I don't know. We might possibly find out as we progress. So I guess the thing with the raccoon was that it used to live underneath the kitchen, but then somebody used these anti-raccoon repellent thingies, this spice here and the water, to make the raccoon not go near that, and then found a new home inside the tree. Is this a taxi we can take? No, it's not. So I guess we'll have to go back to the starting point.
Are you able to help me?
I'm sorry, but I've never heard of that.
May I ask for your assistance?
I'm so sorry. I can't be of help.
Yeah, we talked to I'm not sure if the next place we're going is somewhere we go with a taxi, but perhaps we can go to a place. We can perhaps go back to the previous location, and there are several people with boats there. So perhaps one of them can help us.
Do you know anything about this?
Don't be angry with me, sir, but I don't know.
Well, I didn't really.
Are you able to help me?
It isn't possible for me to help you. I'm sorry.
So this is perhaps the end of this part. If we go back to the bay area, then there's perhaps some boat that can help us there, like this lady who tips us about this place. I think she had some sort of tour of the swamps. So yes, let's end it here, and okay, let's just go to the next. No, let's end it here. We have now found everything, I think. So yes, should be able already to start the next part of the game in the next episode. So I guess that's everything for now. So goodbye and adieu. Goodbye.